All right, guys, let's get some MLB plays and props for Friday, May 24th slate of games. Trey, leaderboard, start us off.
Yeah, I had a 1-0 day on the MLB game picks. That's because I gave out the over 9.5 total runs in the Padres versus Reds game. We needed extras, but hey, doesn't matter. Cash is a cash. There was 10 total runs scored.
Yeah, I had no in one day. A little deja vu from the Astros-Angels game. Pirates up 6-1. Paul Skeens goes out. Bullpen comes in, immediately gives up 6 runs, and they go down 7-6. So this is twice now, Trey, that the Pittsburgh Pirates, in the 3 starts that Paul Skeens has been in, have had a 5+ run advantage and then lost the game after he went out of the game. So maybe that's why the Pirates don't keep any of their good aces on the team. So let's go over to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Feel bad for the guy, but I want to know on the player props, Corey Seager, I gave him out over 1.5 total bases, and he did not play, so that is a push. Also gave out Frankie Montas under 4.5 strikeouts versus the Padres. Montas, he finished with 3 strikeouts, so that is a cash.
Yeah, I had Paul Skeens over 7.5 strikeouts. He pitched well. The Giants just made a lot more contact than he's used to whenever he pitched in the first 2 games against Cubs. Only had 3 strikeouts. He still pitched really well, but 0-1 there. And my batting prop was Riley Green over 1.5 bases. Kevin Gausman had himself a gem of a start, so he did not collect a hit in this game. He was actually pretty bad, and then he got pulled in the 9th inning for the last at-bat. So an 0-2 day for myself. I'm going to bounce back today. Trey, let's go to plates for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about this Toronto Blue Jays versus Detroit Tigers game, the game Barry was just touching on. And I think it's going to be a pretty fun one to watch because these 2 pitchers they've been kind of below average whenever you're looking through the public eye this season. But the Blue Jays, they're throwing out Alek Manoah here. Manoah, he has a 1-1 record with a flat 3 ERA, paired with an elite level 0.94 whip. Manoah, he has surprised me with his command this season, and it seems like he's slowly but surely, possibly maybe, coming back to his all-star level. And the Tigers, they're throwing out Matt Manning here. And Manning, he has an 0-1 record with a 4.88 ERA, paired with a 1.55 whip. Manning, he's ranked in the bottom half of the MLB in a ton of pitching categories. That's no bueno. I'm not buying into the Manoah hype. I've seen it in the past. Give me the over 8.5 total runs in this game. It's at -105, so almost even money, which I absolutely love. I believe that both pitchers will combine to allow 5+ runs, and then the bullpen is just going to take us home, especially the Blue Jays bullpen. They have a bottom 4 bullpen in the MLB. They have a team ERA bullpen average of 4.91. That is no bueno. So I believe that we're going to see at least the Tigers be able to score a lot of runs throughout this game. And the Blue Jays, they have some very good bats in their lineup, so I'm not worried about them either, especially going up against Matt Manning. These 2 teams, they do only average 7.91 runs per game, which is under this number just barely. But with these 2 starting pitchers we have and the bullpens behind them, they should be averaging over that number. So give me the over 8.5 total runs in the Blue Jays versus Tigers game.
Here's a question for you, Trey. How are the Blue Jays so bad?
It doesn't make any sense.
On paper, their team is elite. I feel like they have, besides Manoah, obviously, that guy could win a Cy Young. I'd still say he's horrible. But besides him, the pitching's good. They've got the top 3 is George Springer, Bo Bichette, Vladdy. And then I think they go Turner, Dalton Varsho, Biggio's down there. They've got a good team. I don't know how this team sucks. But
they got better this offseason with adding Justin Turner and took a big step back.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Hey, but it may just be the AL East is just absolutely loaded.
It could be. Yeah, I like the play there for you. For my play, I'm going to be looking at the Brewers going up against the Red Sox. We've got 2 good arms on the mound. I'm taking the under in this game between the 2 teams. We're going to start with Breece Wilson because he's done a complete 360 in his career. He came into the league in 2018 with the Braves. He had an ERA right above 5 in 4 of the first 5 seasons in his career. But whenever he got traded to the Brewers, he has now gone back-to-back seasons with an under 2.80 ERA. Milwaukee's been using him as a relief pitcher, but he's now gotten to start in 5 consecutive games, and he is making the most of it, having great performances in most of those games this season. He's coming into this game with a 2.79 ERA, and over the last 5 games that he started, he has not given up more than 3 runs in any of those games. He has really settled himself in, and he's become a very reliable pitcher for the Brewers. And whenever you're talking about reliability, don't look any farther than Cutter Crawford, who's going to be going for the Red Sox. This guy, he's been fantastic. He was early in the season. He was really good over the first 5 games. He had an ERA of 0.66. He did struggle a little bit over the last 4 or 5 games, but he's still coming into this one with a 2.17 ERA, and he's been one of the most reliable guys in the MLB this season on the mound. In his last game against the Cardinals, he gave up 1 run It was on a solo shot in 6 innings of work, and that's been a trend for him all season long, giving up 1 run or less in 6 of the 9 starts this season. He has only allowed more than 2 runs in 2 of his 9 starts this year. That was against the Rays and the Cubs. But other than those 2 games, he's been flawless on the mound. The Red Sox, they also have one of the best bullpens in the MLB. Second place right now in the standings in bullpen ERA. The Brewers are toward the middle of the pack in the bullpen as well. So I do think once these guys get done pitching their 5 or 6 innings, we should see both bullpens come in and shut some people down. I love the under of this game as a play. That's where I'm going. Giving the under total runs between the Red Sox and the Brewers. Under
9.5.
9.5. That seems extremely high. Under 9.5 as the play there. Trey, let's go to the player props. How we start off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Marcus Semien here. Corey Seager sat out, so I'm going with another Rangers bat today. Give me Marcus Semien over 1.5 total bases against the Twins. I love this over for Semien in this game because, in my opinion, we're going to see him dominate here and have himself a day at the plate. And I believe that for a few reasons. The first reason is because Semien's matchup against the Twins and Bailey Ober. He's a pretty decent pitcher. I loved him last year, but he just gets absolutely lit up against Semien. These 2 guys, they faced off in 7 career at-bats, and Semien, he has a .571 batting average with 2 dingers. That comes out to an average of 1.57 total bases per at-bat. So maybe on the very first at-bat, he hits a double, hits a dinger, hits a triple, and we just smash this. Regardless, I think Semien's going to have a good day, and I love that he's coming in this game on a cold streak, only having a 143 batting average over his last 5, because usually we would not be able to get Marcus Semien over 1.5 total bases listed on PrizePicks, and especially with him listed at the very top of the Rangers batting lineup. We should see him get on base a ton in this game. Give me Marcus Semien to go over 1.5 total bases against the Twins.
Yeah, Trey, I was actually looking at him for plays for Saturday already, and his expected batting average is like 289. So obviously he's in a slump right now, but it's expecting batting average 289. So he's going to have a breakthrough game. Love the play there for you. For my batting prop, I'm going to be attacking Miles McCollum. So I'm going to take Nico Hoerner over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals. The thing to know about Miles this season is that he does have some pretty good outings. He also has some really bad outings. More times than not, this guy's going to struggle on the mound, and that's because he throws the 3 same pitches every single game while he has a deep arsenal. It is listed that Miles McCollum has a slow curve, a sweeper, a changeup, a curveball, a sinker, a 4-seam fastball, and a slider. So he does have 7 different pitches that he throws, but he throws 3 of those 7 80% of the time. He throws the slider more than any other pitch this season, and that is his worst pitch as teams are hitting 352 against it. His next favorite pitch is the 4-seam fastball. Teams are hitting that at a clip of 299. And finally, his best pitch, his third favorite pitch, is the sinker, and teams are only able to hit that at 226. So at least he does throw something that teams are struggling to hit. I went over to the Cubs lineup, and I fell on Nico Hoerner in this game, who has been very good against the slider and the sinker this season. He's hitting the slider 321 this year, and the sinker he's hitting at 303. His best pitch is the slider, and that's one that Miles McCollum is going to be throwing the majority of the time in this game. If you want to look at the fastball, it's close to being his third best pitch for Nico Hoerner. He's hitting it at 235, but again, Miles throws a slider all the time, nearly 30% of the time, and the sinker's the third most. So I love Nico Hoerner here to get a couple at-bats against Miles McCollum. He's going to throw the slider a couple times to him. He's not going to miss if he misses the first time on the slider. Give me Nico Hoerner here over 1.5 bases as the play. Trey, let's go to the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Darvish here to go over 2.5 earned runs allowed going up against the Yankees. I love this over for Darvish, even though he's been absolutely lights out this season. Darvish, he has a 4-1 record with a 2.08 ERA paired with a 0.90 whip. This might be the best Darvish we have seen in a very long time, but we're getting you in a very difficult matchup here going up against the New York Yankees. New York, they have one of the best scoring offenses in the MLB. They average 4.84 runs per game, which is the 6th most in the MLB, and they can put runs on you very quickly because in the first 5 innings, the Yankees, they average 2.96 runs per game, which is the 4th highest. If they can get up to that 3-run number in the first 5 innings, that just means it's a cash for us in this play. And Darvish, he's been lights out this season, but he has gotten lit up in his career against the Yankees. In this Yankees batting lineup, according to Baseball Savant, Darvish has a career 425 batting average allowed to these Yankees batters. That should force Darvish to have an early exit. Give me Darvish to go over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Yankees.
Yeah, I absolutely love that play for you. I was also watching Luis Castillo today, who dominates usually, and the Yankees just kept hitting solo shots off of him. So maybe we'll get the same thing for Darvish going up against all the power that the Yankees have. For my pitching prop, I'm going to take Zac Gallen under 2.5 earned runs allowed going up against the Marlins. I'm going to go back to one of my favorite guys because he's coming off a game against the Tigers where he struck out 10 batters. And Gallen hasn't been able to do that a lot this season. He's only had double-digit strikeouts 2 times in the 9 games this year, and that tells me he's dialed in on the mound. Gallen has only given up 3 runs or more in one of his last 3 starts, having quality starts in 2 of the last 3 games going up against the Orioles and the Reds. Both of those teams are better quality teams than the team that they're going up against today in the Miami Marlins, who are one of the worst hitting team in baseball. Gallen, he has the ability to shut down any team at any given time. He's coming in with a 3.02 ERA and a 1.11 whip. The Miami Marlins this season, they're coming in with a team batting average of 232, and that has them ranked 22nd in the MLB. Whenever you take a look at the runs scored per game, there are only 2 teams that are worse than the Marlins. Trey, you want to take a shot at those 2 teams?
I'm going to go with the Oakland Athletics and the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, damn. You had the layup. It was the White Sox.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you had the layup. I thought the Athletics were going to be the hard one. White Sox scoring 2.86 runs per game. Athletics scoring 3.69 runs per game. Miami, they only managed 3.78 runs per game. And with Zac Gallen on the mound, he should have a field day going up against a team who's starting to hit the ball. Give me Gallen here. Under 2.5 earned runs allowed going up against the Marlins. Trey, let's go with the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with the over 8.5 total runs in the Blue Jays versus Tigers game. We got Alek Manoah versus Matt Manning, and that equals runs. I think I learned that in Algebra 2 or something like that. I'm not too sure. But also going with Marcus Semien over 1.5 total bases versus the Twins. He's going up against Bailey Ober. Ober's not a terrible pitcher, but I'm talking about Marcus Semien here, and Marcus Semien lights him up. Let's go with you, Darvish, over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Yankees. Darvish, maybe Cy Young candidate, not so fast, not today. Incoming Juan Soto revenge game against the Padres.
Love it. I'm going with the under 9.5 run score between the Boston Red Sox and the Brewers. 2 good arms on the mound. I think that one's going to stay under with the bullpens coming in late. They give me Nico Hoerner against Miles McCollum over 1.5 bases. Loves to hit the slider. Miles McCollum, that's the way he throws nearly every single pitch. And then Zac Gallen, under 2.5 earned runs going against the Miami Marlins, who cannot score any runs. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB Picks and Props for Friday, May 24th slated games. If you guys enjoy the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball, it doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,